Hello, I am Super Orange Cat, and last night the promo for Genlock came out. Genlock will be coming in a couple weeks. It'll debut on August 3rd, and it will be the show to take over Attack on Titan. And I came out with a lot of fears about how this was originally a very out of left field selection for Toonami, how it was a web show, how it was not even anime, it was Rooster Teeth. And I still have all those fears after watching this promo. Like general America and Japan have completely different attitudes to 3D animation. For example, in Japan, it's almost verboten in a way, where it's like anime is still very heavily into 2D animation, maybe some 3D part for some fight scenes. Yet again, it's still very frowned upon in Japan. It's not really mainstream accepted. Compare that to the United States, where 3D CGI animation kind of started becoming the thing in the mid 90s, where you had Toy Story made by Pixar be completely CGI, be a complete smash hit day one, and completely fundamentally change how animation was viewed in the United States. Now, more and more, I think it helps start roll the ball for more like 3D esque, more motion capture, that type of shows, that type of movies, while 2D animation became less and less common in the US. And the only places where you get to see that much 2D animation anymore are on TV. If you're talking about an animated movie, you're usually talking about motion capture, you're talking about live capture, you're talking about CGI. If you're talking about animation in movies these days, which is interesting, with some exceptions. The only one I could think of top of my head was Teen Titans Go to the Movies, but other than that, and that's just because the show was flash animated 2D. And but going to Genlock, this show sucks at CGI animation. Like like I'm not expecting Pixar quality. Like Pixar spends a crap ton of money just to ensure every little detail in animation is perfect. And obviously Rooster Teeth is never going to have that type of budget. But at the same time, I feel like a high school project can do just as well, if not better than this in animation. And what frustrates me about this is that no doubt they had some money to work with. I mean, they went all out on voice talent. If you know, they have Maisie Williams, they have Michael B. Jordan, they have Dakota Fanning. The big name movie actors are doing the voices. They couldn't have come cheap. So you're willing to spend top dollar on your budget for voice acting, yet at the same time, this animation just looks horrendous to me. Like you said, it's a web show, but it's a web show with a big budget. So it's like the budgeting's not there. Like again, with the animation as it is now, I don't see who is making that call for the budgeting. I think they're going for let's market it, let's get these big names. But this is actually only comparison I could think of this right now, and this is maybe a bit of an exaggerated comparison, is the Rap City Street Kids, because that was a TV special. That TV special, top dollar, high level voice acting talent. I think they had like the voice of Ariel from The Little Mermaid. They had Nancy Cartwright, who's the voice of Bart from The Simpsons, do it. So again, they got the big names, but the animation for 2002, I think standards, horrendous. And you can look up videos up and down YouTube about like every animation reviewer is probably cashed in on the Rap City Street Kids at this point because it's that much of just a lolcow, lucrative lolcow that if you're gonna milk views, you're gonna talk about that. So I can really direct you to like a whole bunch of people. I think Rebel Taxi's done. I think Mr. Enter's done it. But again, in a weird way, that's what Genlock reminds me of. And again, you can get this whole thing where it's like I know, and some pointed out that there's been a lot of American animated shows that have appeared on Toonami in the past, but the difference is all those were actually pretty decently animated. Like I remember for sure, I almost forgot about the show Symbionic Titan. It was originally a Cartoon Network show, but it got pushed onto Adult Swim because it's a whole long big issue of Cartoon Network. Long story short, Cartoon Network couldn't sell toys off of it. So like, oh, it's worthless. Let's throw it in the trash can. Oh. And you end up with it being on Adult Swim. Never finished its run, by the way. There were 10 more episodes that were supposed to be made of Symbionic Titan, but they never made it, which was important because it was a very not episode opposite, very canon heavy show. There was an overall plot line that never got solved. That sucked because it was a very well made show from my memory of it. Although, if you remember, it's probably from the meme of that one scene where the female, not the main female character, but like a side female character strips for a male, does like a stripper routine for one of the main characters. It's very fucking weird. But back on topic, Genlock, okay. Again, I was thinking maybe I was wrong about my initial impression watching some early clips. Maybe the promo can get me hyped for the show. And all I can say about it is the promo really tried making it look like an Americanized Gundam. Because virtually that's what it is. It's characters go into giant robots and fight things. And outside from it being Americanized, trying to throw like emotional characters in there, I don't see what I don't see how anyone can be sold on it outside of saying, oh, it's basically like Gundam. But at the same time, the actual Gundam is good enough as Gundam, so why would we need more Gundam? That isn't Gundam. And it's just a very interesting thing to point out. And again, if you like it, cool, like enjoy your own thing, but at the same time, this was just a puzzling pickup from Adult Swim, from Toonami. Like we know now that they don't really have that bad of a relationship with Funimation. Like they were able to get Fire Force, so that selection just makes this one look a whole lot more puzzling because it's like, what the hell are you thinking? Who at Rooster Teeth has blackmail of you? Because it's like, again, if you can get a Fire Force to the block, if you can get a Demon Slayer to the block, that shows you can get decent enough anime as it is now. So why pick up this show? And it's not, like I said, it's not even like a high level American animated show. I could point at a handful of shows on Cartoon Network alone, not even looking at Adult Swim, Cartoon Network alone, that would in theory fit Toonami better than Genlock, you know? And that's just what makes it more amazing. Because this is puzzling. And also how the scheduling setting up, unless we get another schedule change after this following week, and if they do a straight switch in for Attack on Titan with this show, this is going to be the follow-up to Super. So you're telling me you're going to have Super being your lucrative show on the block, and then you're going to throw in what at best can be explained most optimistically as just a, how do I say it, like a free, not really free for all, but let's let it ride and hope we get people to watch it show. Which, I mean, in the very slim odds that this ends up being a smash hit on Toonami, okay, then it looks great. But in the more likely scenario, this is a dud for the block. You're probably going to go from like a point 0.3 something the ratings to maybe barely crawling over a 0.1. And that, like I said, we've established with Toonami, unless you're a very big brand name, the ratings are just going to stay low if they're low going into you. So, like for example, if you have a show that's only pulling like a 0.1 at 11:30, everything after that's going to struggle to be over a 0.1, regardless what the name of it is. So again, you could be shooting yourself in the foot with ratings. And again, I just have to rant this. Like the promo isn't that good. And at the same time, I'm just not optimistic for the show. I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm going to at least give it an honest try to watch it and to enjoy it. Like how I did with Food Wars, which I'm happy I did because although I kind of didn't like the first episode of Food Wars, I loved the next two episodes. And again, what are your opinions on this? Are you amped up for Genlock? Do you think that I'm overreacting to this? Leave your comments down below. If you want more content like this, please subscribe. Please hit the notification button. Please hit the like button. I appreciate your support. I'm Super Orange Cat, and that is all.